name of this story is called Bumble and Tumble.
Is it here?
Bumble and Tumble were sisters. They looked so much alike that people thought they were twins. Actually, they were twins. And they liked to do everything the same.
Bumble.
They both liked to paint their nails in crazy colors. They both liked to play dress up in glamorous outfits. They both liked to go to the beach and dig in the sand and ride on the waves. They both liked to do their homework.
This is a fairy tale, right?
At least some of the time. But best of all, they liked gymnastics. Every Sunday morning, Bumble and Tumble went to their gymnastics class. They put on their comfy pink leotards, tied their pink laces on their pink sneakers, and got in Daddy's car for a trip to Jumpin' Maniacs. When they got there, they put their sneakers in their lockers and took their place in a straight line with the other students. Everyone listened carefully to Miss Behave's instructions. She was a very strict teacher. First, everyone took a turn, tumbling them up. Aliza, Liora, Michal, Yakira, and Maya did a very good job. Then it was Tumble's turn, and she was simply magnificent. No one could tumble across a mat as beautifully as Tumble. She tumbled with amazing power and speed. What style! But then it was Bumble's turn, and she had quite a bit of trouble making it gracefully across the poor mat. Poor Bumble stumbled. Next, everyone had a turn on the balance beam. Aliza, Liora, Michal, Yakira, and Maya did a very good job. Next, up was Tumble. No one could cross the balance beam as beautifully as Tumble, with such flexibility and without a single wobble. No one could execute with such perfection the flying triple dismount. But then it was Bumble's turn, and she had a bit of trouble staying up on the beam. Poor Bumble stumbled. Next, everyone had a turn on the uneven bars. Aliza, Liora, Michal, Yakira, and Maya did a very good job. Then it was Tumble's turn, and she was simply amazing. No one could fly from bar to bar as lightly as Tumble, and no one could execute such ethereal handstands. But then it was Bumble's turn, and she fumbled, trying to transfer from bar to bar. Poor Bumble stumbled. Finally, they worked on the vault. Aliza, Liora, Michal, Yakira, and Maya ran hard, approaching the vault, flew high up in the air, and landed nicely. Tumble attacked the vault, twisting and turning herself into a pretzel before sticking a perfect landing. But then it was Bumble's turn. She misjudged and had a bit of trouble landing on her feet. Poor Bumble stumbled. Each week, it was the same thing. Aliza, Leora, Michal, Yakira, and Maya did a very nice job and paid careful attention to Miss Behave's instructions and corrections. Each week, Tumble continued to excel. Her tumbles were delightful, her routines were poised, and her form was perfect. But poor Bumble, no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't seem to do anything right. Bumble continued to stumble. On the last day of class before the winter break, everyone was very excited. It was the day the class performed for all the parents. All the girls put on their special gymnastics outfits and fixed their ears with special care. Aliza, Leora, Michal, Yakira, and Maya performed beautifully, and everyone applauded loudly. Next up was the perfect Tumble. She felt ready. She felt confident. She felt strong. But something just wasn't right. Somehow her timing was off, and her tumbles were uneven. Her hands slipped on the uneven parallel bars. The balance beam felt too narrow, and her pretzel vault wouldn't untwist in time for the landing. The audience gasped. Tumble had stumbled. But she held her head high and tried very hard not to cry in disappointment. Last up was Bumble. She was unnerved by Tumble's stumbles. She thought to herself, all season I've stumbled in practice, and now on the big day, even perfect Tumble stumbled. How can I hope to succeed if it was too hard even for Tumble? She told Miss Behave that she didn't want to perform her routines. I just don't have the confidence in myself, and I feel too humble, she said. Miss Behave leaned over and looked Tumble right in the eye. Today is another day, she said, and today is your day to shine. Get out there and do your best. We are all behind you. Go rumble. Bumble?
Go.
Bumble felt uncertain. How could she succeed where Tumble had stumbled? But she grit her teeth, pulled up her socks, and headed out to show what she was made of. And she did. Her tumbles were graceful and agile. Her flying and release moves on the uneven parallel bars were magnificent. Her triple twist dismount from the balance beam was perfect. The crowd went wild, clapping their hands and screaming her name. Yay! All the girls picked her up and marched her around the gym in celebration of her achievement. When it was over, Tumble and Bumble got in the car with their parents to go home. Mama said, I'm proud of both my girls. I'm proud of Bumble for persevering despite her many earlier stumbles and for showing a lot of courage. And I'm proud of Tumble too, for being a good sport and a good sister. It shows the most important thing of all, character. Tumble and Bumble, I'm proud to be your mama.
And Michal and Leora and Maya for being such good gymnasts.
Before we leave, our cousin Ricky's birthday is coming up, and her husband wanted us to have a single-song birthday. So I don't know if you could just take a